The night it all began, the sky looked wrong. It wasn't the kind of wrong you could easily describe. No blazing UFOs or shimmering portals, just a subtle distortion in the stars, like a ripple in a reflection. I remember standing on my apartment balcony, staring up at that strange shimmer, feeling an unease that didn't belong to the ordinary world. I was a data technician for an orbital relay company. My life was predictable, sterile. I'd spend hours monitoring transmissions between satellites and deep space probes, logging errors, and filing reports that no one read. My nights were spent alone, listening to the hum of the city. That evening, one of the deep space relays, Array 19B, had gone dark. The probe was stationed near the edge of our solar system, transmitting environmental data back to Earth. When it stopped responding, I assumed it was just another equipment failure. But as I combed through the transmission logs, I noticed something odd. 3 seconds before the feed cut off, a sequence of symbols appeared in the data stream. It wasn't noise. It was structured. And it wasn't human. I decoded the symbols into sound, expecting static. Instead, I heard a voice. "Come with me." The words were clear, female, and utterly alien. There was a tonal layering to it, as if several voices were speaking in perfect harmony. My screen flickered, the lights in my office dimmed, and for a moment I could see her reflection in the glass of the monitor. A woman's face, otherworldly, eyes like polished metal, skin that shimmered between shades of silver and blue. Then everything went black. When I came to, my system had rebooted, and Array 19B's status was offline. My supervisor accused me of a processing error. I didn't argue. But that night as I left work, I saw her again. She was standing under a streetlight near my building. The same silver-blue skin, the same metallic eyes. Her hair was like molten glass that caught the light of the city. No one else seemed to notice her. People walked past as though she were invisible. She looked at me and said, "Come with me." I should have run. Instead, I followed. We walked through narrow streets until the hum of the city faded behind us. She led me to the river, where fog drifted low over the water. There, something enormous floated just beyond the mist, a vessel shaped like a teardrop, translucent and glowing faintly from within. "Who are you?" I managed to ask. She turned to me, and for the first time I noticed the faint sadness in her expression. "My name is Elora. Your machines heard my signal. You are the first to answer." "I didn't mean to. You were meant to." Before I could respond, she reached out, touching my forehead with her hand. A warmth spread through me. Then my body dissolved into light. I felt myself expanding, becoming weightless. When I opened my eyes, I was inside the ship. The interior defied explanation. It wasn't metal or plastic or any material I could name. It was alive, a fluid lattice of light and matter. Shapes shifted as Elora moved. There were no controls, no engines, no sense of up or down. Elora spoke without words, her voice resonating directly inside my thoughts. "You are part of a lineage that once reached for the stars. We watched. We waited for your kind to awaken again." I asked her what she meant by lineage. She showed me. Images flooded my mind. Ancient humans, not on Earth but among the stars, long before recorded history. A civilization that had crossed galaxies, only to fall, scattering survivors across young worlds. Earth had been one of those worlds, and over eons, memory faded. "You are descendants of those who chose exile," Elora said. "And now the universe calls you home." The ship began to move. The river, the city, the world itself blurred beneath us as we pierced through the atmosphere. I should have been terrified, but the fear gave way to awe. I saw Earth shrink into a marble of light, and then, faster than thought, we were among the stars. We traveled through a corridor of energy, something like hyperspace, though it felt more like swimming through consciousness. I could see fragments of other realities, echoes of civilizations that no longer existed. Elora explained that her people, the Seraphim, were not gods or conquerors. They were curators of lost worlds, beings who preserved the memories of species on the brink of extinction. "Why me?" he asked. "Because you listened," she said. "Because you still look up." She showed me their archive, a world floating in the light of a dying star, where towers of crystal contained the recorded memories of countless species. Each crystal pulsed faintly with emotion, color, and song. And then she showed me something that broke me. A chamber where human memories were stored, fragments of what Earth's ancestors once were. Grand cities suspended in the clouds of Jupiter, temples built on moons, oceans of light on forgotten worlds. We had been magnificent once. "Your kind lost the memory of the stars," she whispered. "But you can remember again." I asked her what she wanted from me. "To carry the seed of remembrance back to your world," she said. "A bridge between what was and what will be." We spent what felt like days, or perhaps years, traveling through the Seraphim archives. Time had no meaning there. I learned to see through Elora's eyes, to hear through her thoughts. I watched her people mourn the loss of entire galaxies, yet continue to protect the remnants of life wherever they found it. But eventually I began to feel the pull of Earth again. A voice inside me whispered that I didn't belong among them. Not yet. Elora seemed to sense it. "It is time," she said. "You will forget much of what you have seen. But one memory will remain." "What memory?" She smiled. "That the universe once called your name." She placed her hand on my chest. The world of light collapsed around me. I awoke on the same riverbank where it had begun. The fog was gone, and the city skyline glittered across the water. My phone said only 2 hours had passed. At first, I thought it was a dream, until I saw the mark on my wrist, a faint, shimmering pattern like liquid metal beneath the skin. And then, a week later, the signals started again. The same frequency, the same faint whisper encoded in the data streams. But this time, it wasn't Elora's voice. It was mine. Years have passed since that night. I still work at the orbital relay, though now I understand what I'm truly monitoring. I've begun to hear the echoes of other voices, other lost species reaching back across the dark. Sometimes, when the night is still and the stars shimmer with that faint distortion again, I hear her voice one more time. "Come with me." And though I remain on Earth, part of me is still out there, with her, among the stars.